They are villainous, treasonous, anti-American traitors. I can't wait to share with you. We got this breaking story. Act Blue, the Democratic powerhouse funding machine, caught in a major investigatory scandal. Also, I've got a lot to share with you. Buckle up. Make sure that you grab your favorite drink and your favorite snack because your boy Nez has you covered. I've got the American Airlines flight attendant who pleaded guilty to recording underage girls in an airplane bathroom. This is a father, really hits home. Also, a reporter explained exactly what they saw after witnessing the execution of Brad Sigmund by firing squad. By firing squad. I mean, it's 2025. Like, huh? I can't wait to share that with you. And then, oh God, this is insane. Representative Al Porta Potty Green goes on The Breakfast Club and actually says that Speaker Mike Johnson kicked him out because of his race and skin color. I can't wait to play that for you. But first, really quickly, this is really big news. President Trump just put out a statement on Truth Social saying the House and Senate have put together, under the circumstances, a very good funding bill, CR. All Republicans should vote, please. Yes, next week, great things are coming for America, and I'm asking you all to give us a few months to get us through to September so we can continue to put the country's quote-unquote financial house in order. Democrats will do anything they can to shut down our government, and we can't let that happen. We have to remain united, no dissent, fight for another day when the timing is right. Very important, make America great again. Very prescient words from President Trump, especially given the fact that the Democrats have done nothing but try to obstruct DOGE, obstruct Elon Musk, obstruct America's will, which is what we voted for. So very prescient words. Now, check this out. This is extremely alarming. So, Act Blue, I'm going to share you a few clips too. An investigation has revealed that 5 groups funded by Act Blue, namely, check out these names: Troublemakers, Disruption Project, Rise and Resist, Indivisible Project, and maybe the worst of all, Democratic Socialists of America, were supposedly involved in organizing protests against Tesla. These groups have received funding, check this out, from donors such as George Soros, Reid Hoffman, who is a co-founder of LinkedIn. I've talked a lot about LinkedIn being one of the most woke websites out there. Herbert Sandler and Patricia Baumann through Act Blue. Elon Musk posted on X saying, if anybody has any information, send it to him, because this is a criminal enterprise. I mean, this is Soros, Hoffman, Obama's in there. You know, you've got the entire cabal, Holly Weirdo. These are people who are anti-American. These are people who want to see us go down. These are the same people who backed all of those BLM protests, rioting in Minnesota, rioting in Chicago, rioting in New York, looting, burning down cities all over, Portland, Seattle, you name it. These are the same heathens. And now they're organizing this. Check this out.
Digga, euer Ernst?
These were supposed to be grassroots organizations, you know, organized by the people. Check out this Tesla dealership just recently in San Francisco. Look at this protest right here.
Road. Get in the road.
Here's a clip that was just taken this morning of this crazy individual actually attacking Teslas on the road in Seattle. Watch this. Remember, there was zero outrage when we had millions and millions of criminal illegal migrants crossing our border. Zero outrage when the American economy went right into the toilet. Zero outrage when all of our taxpayer dollars, while Americans suffered every single day during the past 4 dark, abysmal years, all of our money to fund this forever war. And Zelensky comes into our Oval Office and disrespects our vice president, disrespects our president when he's begging for money because he's an entitled gremlin, little man, petulant child. Where was the outrage? Now all of a sudden Elon Musk is helping us to save money. Now all of a sudden Elon Musk, who is working for free and all this garbage, he just wants to take your money. He just wants to be more rich. I'm going to share a stat with you. If somebody gave you, check this out mathematically because it's correct. If somebody gave you $500,000 every day since the day that Jesus Christ was born, you still wouldn't have as much money as Elon Musk has right now. You really think he cares about your $18.74 in your checking account? Sit down and shut up. I can't wait to get your comments on this. Let me know down below. Okay, in our next story, this reporter explains what he saw. This is a great clip. After witnessing the execution of Brad Sigmund by firing squad yesterday, again, Sigmund was executed in South Carolina by 3 prison gunmen. The 67-year-old man was convicted of beating his girlfriend's parents to death with a baseball bat at their home in 2001. Sigmund opted out of lethal injection and chose the firing squad instead. That's interesting. Wow. AP reporter Jeffrey Collins was at the execution and explained what he witnessed. Watch this.
My name is Jeffrey Collins. I'm with the Associated Press. That's JEFFREYCOLLINS. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of walk you through what I saw today. So the curtain opened. It was about, looking at my notes, around, it was about 6:01, or maybe a little bit after that. And the curtain opened. Brad Sigmund was strapped into the chair. Unlike other death executions I've seen, he was in a black jumpsuit, had black Crocs-like shoes on. He was completely strapped in. It looked like there was a harness over him. There was a strap over his head. His ankles were shackled. He had a covering over his mouth that, was from about here down. When the curtain opened, he looked towards his attorney, who was on the front row of the witness. They kind of exchanged. They had an exchange. I couldn't tell because his mouth was covered what they were mouthing back and forth to each other, but it looked like he was just saying he was okay to his attorney, Sigmund did. At that point, they had the attorney came out and read the final statement. When the final statement was read, well, let me back up one step. He had a target over his heart when the curtain opened. It was already there. It was a little rectangle white paper, or I'm assuming it was paper, could have been cloth. They had a bullseye on it. It had one outer ring and one inner ring on it. It was red. The bullseye was red. So they came out, read his final statement. At that point, when that was finished, the prison employee got a hood, put the hood over Sigmund's head. Then that prison employee walked from the chair the 15 feet over to where there's a brick wall, and at that point there's a black shade, like one of those shades that you pull down and it rolls up. So that there's a black shade there. The prison employee lifted up the shade, and then from that point it was a little less than 2 minutes of nothing at that moment. I mean, you could see Brad Sigmund took several pretty deep breaths, and then suddenly the shots rang out at, I believe Christy said it was 6:05 and 50 seconds. At that point, you did see a small red stain on Sigmund's chest. It was irregularly shaped, but oval, if that makes sense. I mean, like it wasn't like a circle. It was an oval shape. I saw it looked like he may have taken a couple of his chest rose and fell about 2 times immediately after the shots. You could see a tiny piece of like tissue or something that was coming out of that. At that point, also his arm tensed up when he got shot. There's kind of this brief moment of tensing. After that, the doctor was in there fairly quickly, less than a minute after the shots came. couldn't see exactly what the doctor did because my viewpoint was blocked from his back, but he did an examination for about 90 seconds, and then he walked back towards the other side of the room, walked from left to right as I'm viewing, and then that's when the prison employee announced 6:08 is the time of death. And the only other thing I might add is when they came out after the shoot, they pulled the shade back down.
Very interesting. Supposedly, death by firing squad is the least painful. I guess it goes straight to the point of entry, the target. If you're shooting directly at the chest or what have you. I thought lethal injection was the least painful, but I have to ask, if you had to have something like this happen, God forbid, knock on wood, it never has to happen to you or me or anybody we know. How would you do it? I don't know. I think firing squad. I don't think I definitely would opt out of electric chair, but I think I would do lethal injection, right? Isn't that like going into a deep sleep? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, our next story. This is just absolutely bizarre, insane, shocking. Doesn't even quite cover it, but I don't know if you guys remember the American Airlines flight attendant who was caught recording an underage girl in an airplane bathroom. Estes Carter Thompson III, eventually, he was caught by this 14-year-old girl who was using the bathroom. Essentially, he was taping the phone to the back of the toilet. You're not going to believe what the investigators found on his phone. Check this out.
The girl, who was 14, as we said, she was on this American Airlines flight, and Thompson saw her waiting to go into the main cabin bathroom and said, "Come on up to the first class bathroom, but first let me wash my hands." So he goes in, tapes his phone, and how and when did she notice? Was it as she was leaving, when she just walked in?
No, you're right. She was standing in the main cabin line to go to the restroom, and this guy tells her, "Come forward." She actually looked forward, and the restrooms were occupied, and he said, "Well, you come on up there." And then before she went in, he went in to wash his hands. Obviously, he was then placing the phone on the lid, but he closed the lid. So when she came in, those are very small confined spaces, as we all know. She turned around as she's opening the lid, and it wasn't until she went to flush the toilet and wash her hands that she saw the phone, and smartly took out her phone and took a picture of it and showed it to her mom.
Yeah, that's incredible that she had the presence of mind to do that, because otherwise she could just be, it's his word against hers.
That's for sure. And as she was leaving, he was standing there. So as she's departing the facility, he's then entering, and he removes the phone. And when mom gets word of it, she runs up to the front of the cabin and sees someone else getting ready to go in and stops him from going in. The flight attendants then go to the back of the cabin, and they're all the way in the back of the airplane. And then mom goes back and tells dad what happened, and then dad ran to the back of the plane. And there was quite a kerfuffle back there.
Quite a kerfuffle? Try that with my daughter, pal. It'd be a lot more than a kerfuffle. Eventually, investigators were shocked to find that this Estes Carter Thompson III, what a strange, this is a really bizarre story, but apparently he had videos of children age 7, 9, 11, and 14 from other flights. This incident, he was caught back in late 2023, and my God, just a shocking. So he pled guilty. Hopefully he gets the punishment that he deserves. I say you just send this guy to Gitmo, or maybe put him in front of a firing squad. I don't know. Or maybe put him in the electric chair. Seemingly that's the worst way to go. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it. Okay, last but not least, the disruptor. The soapbox drama queen, the caveman Geico porta potty faced Al Green says it's obvious that he's being discriminated by Speaker Johnson because of his skin color, he actually relates it to sitting in the back of the bus. This guy was kicked out of Trump's address because he was acting an absolute fool. Listen to this.
Invidious discrimination in the House of Representatives. I'm a son of the segregated South. The rights that the Constitution recognized for me, my friends and neighbors denied. I had to sit in the back of the bus, the balcony of the movie, drink from a colored water fountain, and my relatives who committed some crimes were locked up in the bottom of the jail. I know what invidious discrimination looks like. The Klan burned a cross in my yard. I know what it smells like. I was in filthy waiting rooms, and I've been in places where I didn't want to be, and I know what it sounds like. I've been called all kinds of ugly names. So I know invidious discrimination. And when the speaker decided that I would be removed, and then there was this motion, this resolution to censure me, it became obvious to me that I was not being treated as others were. Mm-hmm. And candidly speaking, it is invidious discrimination, harmful discrimination.
Spoken like a true race-baiting, hate-driven, divisive, anti-American. I mean, just it's insanity. It's complete insanity. Speaker Johnson gave you a warning, Al. He gave you a warning. He said, please be seated. You did not stop. You did not halt your antics. You kept going. The president had only been speaking for 30 seconds, and you rose out of your chair like a heathen, like a lunkhead that you are, and you start yelling, waving your cane like some mad person. It had zero to do with your skin color. He even gave you a warning. He gave you a warning, and you didn't stop. What else is he supposed to do? Just let you keep going on because you're black? I mean, that's invidious. You are invidious, Al. You and your whole cabal, you and your whole faction of anti-American, low IQ, low caliber, spineless, feckless, heartless, ballsless Klan. That's your cult. That's a cult. You're a cult leader. I mean, he's going on national radio, and the guy, the stupid idiot Charlemagne the God, what a terrible name. He's like, yeah, he's agreeing. Yeah, you're right, Al. That's true. It's just like sitting in the back of the bus. It's just like drinking in a different water fountain. These people will never learn. These people will never learn. It is pure insanity that anybody takes these people seriously. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. I can't wait to read your comments. As always, if you want to always be in the know, make sure you sign up for our free newsletter. That's in the pinned comment, also in the description down below. It's kind of like your insurance policy, so you never, ever miss out. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them yesterday. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. It's free, and as always, may God bless you, and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.